Hi guys, it's Ray here from City Fan TV, and I'm joined by Bernard the Man Deneen. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep warm at the moment. It wasn't that bad actually. I put my layers on at the Spurs game, and I was fine. I was warm inside, probably warm outside as well by the
Tell
end.
you what, by the end of the game, you'd have been boiling mad, boiling mad. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the Spuds game. Had all these little things lined up about peeling the Spuds and all these little things to make fun of them. But we move on. We're going to move on to the Villa game. We're going to look ahead to Villa, Aston Villa versus Manchester City at Villa Park on Wednesday night. Especially after the result against Spurs and the two previous results, this game takes on a whole new mountain of problems for City and a whole new complexion because it was always going to be a tough game. Villa are on a roll. They've won all 6 home games this season so far.
Yeah.
In the league. They're right up there. Right up there. They snagged the draw against Bournemouth, and if
even that though in itself isn't great. The fact they did it in the last minute wouldn't have harmed the confidence, would it?
Yeah, no, they'll be feeling really chipper for that. They're 1 point behind City. If they beat Bournemouth, they'd be ahead of us. They're having a cracking season. They're having a cracking year under Unai Emery, and it's going to be a tough all game. And we're going to go into that without Rodri because he's been suspended after 5 yellow cards. What a plonker! Without Jack Grealish, suspended after a silly yellow card for kicking the ball away. Another plonker. We've yet to hear what happens with Erling Haaland because he might get charged for his behaviour and his social media posts, so he might be missing. Jeremy Doku got injured against Spurs. John Stones is permanently on the bench because they can't get him off the bench. Pep won't start with Rico Lewis. Nunez and
Nunez wasn't in the squad, was he? Against
don't know what's
Spurs?
happened to those guys. We're a shambles at the moment. So, look, let's start off. Unai Emery. Let's be fair about it. He's doing a blooming good job.
Yeah, he's a one of those managers you just know will do a job up to it. Obviously, he'll get to a stage where he's too old to do it, but at this point in time, no, he's any team he goes in, you'd imagine he could do a good, steady job. And Villa are better than the sum of the parts at the moment, which is all credit to Unai Emery.
Yeah, no, they're doing really, really well. If I know a game or two ago, when I looked at the tables, the number of points gained this season, Unai Emery and Villa were third in the table, 10 points behind City. So, they're doing really, really, really well for the calendar year. I think it's a fantastic manager. I think Arsenal got rid of him too soon, or they didn't give him enough chance. Even when your own fans are making fun of your manager, it's not good. And he showed them what he could have done. They could have had success a couple of years earlier, but hey, I'm glad. On one hand, I'm glad they got rid of him because I think he would have been successful, and I like him at Villa. Villa do deserve a bit of glory again. I think a famous old club. So Unai Emery is doing fantastic. Now, question. All right, would you have him at City?
What after Pep? How old is he, mate? How old is he?
Where Pep's going?
He's got a good head of hair, hasn't he, now? How old is he?
52.
52. Well, he's no age, is he? No age for a football manager, that's for sure. And
Yep.
I've not watched too much of Villa, but the thing is about Villa is just the scoring and assisting from all over the pitch, which is really good. It's like what City used to do in the old days. They've got players who, we've got 6-7 players scoring goals and assisting, and that's what Unai Emery's doing. And all right, I think they play a slightly different way to us. How Pep plays, but he's a cracking manager. But I'm not too sure about
the second top scorers in the league. We've scored 36. They've scored 33. Ollie Watkins has got 13 goals and 6 assists this season. I'm not sure they're all in the league. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I've seen him play for England. He's crap. He really is crap for England. I mean, as I say, I've not watched much of Villa, but playing for England, he's bloody awful.
You're right, goals coming from all over. So Ollie Watkins has scored 13 goals this season. Leon Bailey scored 7. I'm a bit surprised there. Douglas Luiz has scored 6. He takes the penalties, so that's helped. John McGinn's got 5. Diaby's got 4. Duran, who never heard of, has got 4. And then it peters out after that. So I think that's in all games. It's not just
all competitions.
In the Premier League. I'm just going to see if I can get the Premier League. BBC are useless with their stats, the way they've done it. So Villa are going to be a very, very dangerous outfit. Who do you see as their key players?
Well, you've named them basically, mate, haven't you? I mean, I don't think they're suffering with injuries particularly. I think they're okay as far as the walking wounded. They're not suffering on that scale. And I think defensively, you can get them. You can get them, which is okay. But the trouble is, if we score 2, they'll probably score 3. That's the problem at the moment that we're conceding. But I think the guys you just named there, I don't watch too much of him. But Ollie Watkins, as I say, for Villa, he's outstanding. I don't rate him personally, but I think they're playing as a unit. I think it proves it. I think those stats prove it. That it's not perhaps individuals as such. You wouldn't, if you did a combined 11. You might be struggling again, as we tend to do, yet we're still getting draws and losing to teams. Many Villa players in the City team, but as a unit, Emery's doing the business, and I think we should be wary of them all. Not particularly anyone in particular. Of course, Luiz has never, for me, impressed that much when I've seen him, but he's capable within that starting 11 of doing us, and Villa are very capable of doing us, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Douglas Luiz, I mean, he has been touted to move on to other clubs for 70, 80 million quid. So someone must like him. I mean, I think he's a good player. I mean, I said it a couple of seasons ago. I was tempted to say we should have got him back.
Yes, he'd fit in nicely. That's what I'm saying. As part of a unit, if the unit's playing well, he does the job.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we don't know our injury situation because Johnny Stones is a permanent bench warmer at the moment. Doku's injured. We'll find out today, tomorrow, how long for. So that's a little concern. And obviously, KDB's out for another month or so. We've got no Grealish, no Rodri. I'm not going to ask you to name the side, but I'm just going to ask you are you worried about this Villa game?
I am, because my 11 I've looked at today, it's a bit, what's the word? The fact that we've not got Rodri, I mean, I'm sort of hoping like for a 4-3-3. I know Pep won't play 4-3-3 because that's not, but we've got to do something in midfield. We've got to have some sort of protection now for this defence because it's leaking. We can't have Villa bypassing a quick transition and beating our midfield. So, I'm thinking of Kovacic in there. If Stone's available, Lewis in there, of course.
Alvin,
Gvardiol, Akanji. I mean, looks quite defensive, my 11, but we've got no options. We haven't got a lot of option. And obviously leaving it to Foden, Haaland and Alvarez up front. And just six guys who can play defensive and midfield in the middle of the pitch, and including Bernardo as well, of course, a more midfieldy role, which we know he can play. I don't think he played well against Spurs. In fairness, I thought he had one of his worst games for a while. But I think we've got to smother it. We've got to sort of smother something because at the moment it's just not working. But we know Pep; he'll have his own ideas, of course.
Yeah. Calvin,
no.
Oh, no! We're playing shocking, and Calvin Phillips can't get a game.
Calvin Phillips won't be playing.
I understand.
Do you think he'll play?
No, flat chance.
No. I mean, I've put Stones in mind, but I doubt very much the way the fact he's been sat at the bench for 3 games. I just don't think he's fit enough to start the game.
I don't know who else can be added DM. Who can do the Rodri role. Yeah. That's the problem.
I mean, with these suspensions and injuries, we're basically down to the bare bones again now.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Can I get a score prediction from you? Fine.
Yes, I'll give you a score prediction. Andy Morrison thinks we'll win 2-1. There's Andy's. I'm going Aston Villa 2, Manchester City 2. And I've never done. I think that's the first time in a long time I'm not predicting.
Would you take a draw? The question is, would you take a draw right now?
I don't want to draw. I want to win, but I want to win. I'll be disappointed with a draw.
I don't want to lose. That's my first thing. My first criteria is I don't want to lose, and then I want to win. And that's the wrong way to look at games. That's the wrong way to look at it. But there you go.
I'm using my head for that. My heart says a 3-2 win or something like that, but I can't see us keeping a clean sheet again. No way, not against Villa. And I can see him scoring a couple, so I'm just hoping we can score at least a couple as well.
In the league, Villa scored 33 goals in the league in 13 games.
And that relies on a certain gentleman, if he is allowed to play up front, actually upping his strike rate a little bit. And Mr. Erling Haaland.
Yeah. All right, guys, there you have it. That's our preview done. Bernard I haven't given a score.
What's yours? What's yours?
I'm going to go 1-1.
That's the most popular one with the bookies.
Same thing. I can't see us. I can't see them not scoring because we've kept 5 clean sheets in 22 games. I can't see them not scoring, which is a disappointing thing to say. But anyway, there you go, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks a lot, Bernard. You take care, buddy, and we'll see you all around Blues.